Hey yo, it's your boy Chief Man and I'm back. 6 weeks, 30 videos. From November 14th to December 24th, I'm gonna be dropping 5 times a week. 100k by force by fire. We shall never retire. Get your friends to like and subscribe. Disfruta el video, mi gente. Andale, peace.
Perfect.
Welcome people, it's your boy Chief Man and I'm back with another episode of Keeping It Raw, where I always keep it straight, I'm not always right, but when I finish there's nothing left. You know the vibes.
The fuck is that? Shit!
Being a people pleaser. Lend me your imaginations for a second. Imagine waking up every morning, walking 5 kilometers to collect the crispiest drinking water money can buy. You then take that water, walk 5 kilometers back to your crib, and then you pour that water into someone else's glass and you watch them drink it while you remain thirsty on the side. Welcome to the life of a people pleaser. Now, I've come to understand that certain personality types are more susceptible to this kind of behavior. Usually people who are very kind and considerate tend to give of themselves more to others. And when you mix that with someone who cares a lot what those people think of them, you have yourselves a people pleaser. Now, luckily for you, I have a moral code. So if that description sounds like you, I'm about to tell you guys what other people won't. It is very easy to take advantage of you.
You're a victim.
There are a lot of people out there that will use you to get what they want from you and offer you nothing in return. And you'll give it to them. Because you're a people pleaser. Be intentional about the actions you take for other people. Ask yourself, who am I doing this for? And does that person merit the amount of effort this is going to take out of me? For example, if Shay asks me for something, I'm there. Because she's one of my best friends and I can't count the amount of time she's been there for me in the past. I pour from my cup to hers because she's been responsible for me having water in mine when I can't make the walk to the river. But now some peripheral gent is in my DMs asking for a piece of advice. I have 5 minutes to spare, so I hear out the VN and I drop him a little paragraph. Good luck, young king. But now he drops off 3 more. I got Fortnite with the boys in 15 and I still got to go get dinner. Now a people pleaser would compromise themselves to make the random person happy. But what has this person done for me? Is it not manipulative of them to ask me for a piece of advice and then triple the volume once I give them a shoe in? And I know that there's a debate here for general kindness, but you have to be fair to yourself. I'm not saying you only give of yourself to other people when there's something in it for you. No, I am saying that. Cut that shit. You are one person with limited time and resources, and you cannot pour from an empty cup. Long distance relationships. No, wait. Long distance relationships. Do they work? People tell me yes, but honestly, I'm not convinced. Do I believe in them?
Hell no. To the no.
People can't even stay faithful in the same household. Now we have to do it in different countries. The biggest personal issue I have with this is the lack of physical proximity. This is your partner, your other half, your boo-boo, your baby, your cupcake. Well, there's 2 of them, so I suppose cupcakes. Yeah, me want feel hood, yeah. Put me arms right around, yeah. Get me? Like, what is the point of being in an intimate, committed relationship when I can't even see the other person? For me, life is too short for phone sex over FaceTime and 5-minute VNs about your day. Like,
we do not care.
the only exception is if this is a temporary issue. One of y'all got a job somewhere and you guys are going through a transitional period or something like that. But full time, I quit. Does size matter? My kings, I have bad news for you. The ladies have been lying on the YouTubes. Size does in fact matter. But wait, my kings, I have good news for you. It need not be as big as you think. The South African average is between 13 and 15 centimeters, which is like 5.1 to 6 inches. You see me roll my eyes like I didn't research that? I looked up that shit. It's 5.1 to 6 inches. The global average is 13 centimeters, so 5.1 inches. Oh, and this is hard, by the way. Now, porn will have you believing that if you're not swinging around with 8 inches, you're ruined. But that's not the case. Obviously, 4-inch kings are gonna struggle in certain positions. But if you're sitting between 4 and 7, you have a chance, man. To be honest, I threw 4 inches in there to be nice. I have personally never heard a lady say that 4 inches is adequate, besides on some YouTube videos. And like I said, they do be lying. But again, if there's any ladies that want to weigh in on the topic, comments? So conclusion there is that size matters to a certain degree, but you don't need to be slanging it like Johnny Sins to have a chance at handling business. Other things that matter are physical chemistry, how physically fit you are, the order in which you do things, confidence, etc, etc, etc. What I'm saying is that if you're lacking a bit in this category, you can definitely make up for it in others. Double texting and when to do it. I love this game. I love it. And yeah, I know it's getting confusing because if you watch my other shit, you're like, oh, this is easy. Matt said never double text. That's not quite true. Never say never. Listen, my friend. The game is a very complex one. And like every rule, this one has its caveats. A big caveat is if you DM'd on something that wasn't a direct question. So it wasn't you asking like, how was your day? And that got aired. Which, by the way, side note, you should never be asking how was your day. That's one way to just make it to the friend zone. Straight one-way ticket. But it was more like 3 laughing emojis for a meme that she sent and then she just never replied. You can double dip in that case. I'll allow it. Another one is if your bar never landed, but since then, you unlocked the swag unlocked. Basically, you had to glow up. And 5 months down the line, she's now liking your posts. You can double dip in that case. I'll allow it. Maybe with a, what you doing lurking in my naughty bar? She knows she left you on red back then. She knows she changed her mind since then. She gave you the platform. Now execute the game plan. Another caveat, but this one is very risky and requires a very experienced judgment call. If y'all were flirting and you felt a vibe, but she's playing hard to get and she left you on red, and it's been a minute, you can slide in with something to try and spark it back up again or close. But again, you do this at your own risk, because if you misread the situation or your bar is whack, it's game over. And not game over like GTA where you just respawn. Game over like you died on stage 3 of Time Crisis 2 in the arcade and you're 1 token short to play again and your mommy's like, let's go home. That type of game over. Love versus lust. How can I package a concept like love into a comparative sentence with lust? Love is you do it for we, and lust is you do it for me. Lust is infatuation, being consumed with the idea of a person. Lust is also usually very physically driven, being attracted to someone to a point where it obstructively occupies your thoughts. I suppose the reason the two get confused is because both of them are obsessive states of existence. They both start with a thought that then multiplies into a mindset that then occupies a large portion of your headspace until action is taken. But Love is different. Love has lust as a component, but you don't only obsess over someone because of the idea of them, because of their physical and superficial qualities. You obsess over them because of everything that everyone else misses. You think about making them happy and that makes you happy. You laugh because they laugh. You think about them not only when you're horny, but also when you're happy or sad or angry. You persevere through conflict with them because no fight is worth wasting unnecessary time that you could be spending with them making memories that matter. Quick break to just say, fuck that fly that flew in front of the camera. Just fuck you and your homie, stupid bitch. You want to share everything with them. Your food, your favorite TikToks, your funny conversations with other people, your worries, insecurities, everything. Lust makes you want to impress them, but love makes you want to make them proud. I might be waffling small. I think we might have crossed into 2003 rom-com territory, but I'm not going to apologize because if we're being honest, where else would we rather be? Chakra Huns, the extended version. Okay. Let's actually dive into my beef with chakra huns. And the beef is not wishy-washy beef. This shit is clear. It's apparent. It's blindingly obvious, if you will. Now, a chakra hun is a term we use for any girl who's a large fan of astrology and what that means for a person's personality. There are obviously stereotypical characteristics that are half memes and half serious. Like they listen to SZA and Janae. They have one of these emojis in their bio. They consistently speak about energy in the world around us. And they're fine as fuck. That last one is no meme, by the way. Chakra hun's bad as hell. But that makes sense because most things in life are balanced. If they're that fine, then something has to be wrong with them, and that thing is that they're crazy. So apart from my brain being an analytical one, which requires a clear structured reasoning to explain why people do the things that they do, which is in direct conflict with the mantra of a chakra hun, my main beef with chakra huns is their lack of accountability for their decisions and the actions they make because of those decisions. These girls will explain why a man isn't a good fit for them because of the month that they were born in. These girls will excuse their poor behavior in social settings because the moon wasn't correctly positioned. These girls will say that someone is projecting for pointing out actual flaws in their character. And I can almost hear a chakra hun watching this right now, seeing me get vexed and saying out loud that I'm projecting. It's a cop-out. Listen here, you clown. If my last girl cheated on me and I meet a new girl and I expect her to cheat on me even though none of her actions have warranted me to believe that, that is projecting and that is my fault. But if my last girl just happened to be a dishonest person and she lied a lot, and then I meet a new girl and I catch her lying to me multiple times or acting in a way in which liars act, like her story components not matching up with other people's stories, for example, which leads me to mistrust her as well, that is not projecting. That is you just straight up being dishonest. You didn't lie to me because it was the rising moon of the 12 Capricorns. You lied to me because you're a liar. And the fact that you hide behind reasoning that can't be justified by facts is cowardly. You're spineless. That's your star sign. Spineless. At least if I don't like a girl, I can say it's because she's boring to me. Or if I get mad at my boy, I know it's just because I'm stressed and I'm being a dickhead. At least I can own my actions and opinions. You're either a slave to your indecision, or you're so manipulative and afraid to be attached to your words and actions that you set up an intricate web of bullshit to hide behind with star charts and energy flow and call that a personality. You're so quirky. First time meeting up with Huns. Now this is a dilemma because I'm not trying to give away my whole cookbook on how I chef up my snacks, but here's a quick list with little context. Be respectful, get her a door, bring gum, dress nice. Doesn't have to be crazy nice, but make sure you look fresh because first impressions, and it also helps boost your confidence. Be confident. Play it cool. Let her warm up to you. Carry the convo from the beginning to set the mood. Set the mood. Have a playlist. Alright, that's enough. See y'all tomorrow for the football drop, my people. Peace.